my worry is, and not just with Cheryl, but a lot of people, well, like Cheryl, I suppose, is that immediately going straight into another relationship. I always want to say, you know what, just take some time out on your own and learn to like your own company. And then when you're with someone, it's because you want to be and not that feeling of I need to be, you know. And I think that is
the kind of rebound relationships that don't often work, do they? But
I've always
also
done that,
sometimes
just gone from one person.
Have you?
And I really am. I really want to instill in my girls not to do that. To have some time to get to know. Presumably, that would have been difficult for you because you had an arranged marriage.
Yeah, I didn't. That's what I was just. This is kind of a new, complete, different concept to me because I went from being my dad's daughter to my husband's wife to the mother of my kids. So it was like I never had that kind of, and I was never alone. I've always been somebody, something. So it's bizarre for me because I'm kind of almost living that life now where I'm kind of slightly removed from everybody and I'm doing my own thing. So I know how...
And is that because of your success with Bake Off that's kind of taken you in a more career?
Yeah, I think had I not, I would have just stayed where I was and just... I was quite happy, quite content. So, you know, I've been kind of catapulted in this world where I have to kind of separate myself from my husband, my family, my kids. And so to have that opportunity, actually, I now realise later on in life how important that is. To have
is that hard for the men in your family, though? For you to suddenly be being Nadiya and not somebody else's Nadiya?
It must be tough, because I think, you know, I was always somebody something. I was never just me, and that's quite tough, I think. That must be tough for...
so what would you say now, because you have 3 children, don't you? Would you say to them, you know, make sure that you be independent and...
Yeah, I think it's really important. I think having spent the way I've spent my life, I think it's really important for my children to completely take a different path. And I think for them, it's important to find their independence and to have that alone time. Because I've only realised later on in life how important it is to have that alone time. And I think the earlier you learn that, to be comfortable in your own skin, you know, like to be comfortable in your own, with your own... kind of talking to yourself and your own personality, you need to be comfortable with all of that.
Did you ever... Is it only since you did Bake Off and you've kind of gone out of the house more and been Nadiya yourself, did you ever think it when you were in that situation, so when you were being, you know, the daughter, the wife, the mother, did you ever think then, really want to get out of this, but didn't know how or didn't want to upset your family? Or... No,
I think you always do feel a little bit. I think when you are always depended upon, you do always think, actually, who am I? You know, you know when you love shoes, this is like a complete random example, but like, you know,
we love anything when you bring up shoes.
You know when you like shoes and you can't wear shoes because you've got babies to look after? You know, it's things like that, and then you realise, oh, hold on a second, when they're not around and I've got to go off somewhere, I can wear high heels. I can wear high heels. So it's kind of discovering the tiny things, but those things are quite important.
And has your husband been very supportive of this move for you?
Yeah. I think he knows that I needed this. I think he knows I wanted this. And I think he knows, especially when we've got our own children now, how important it is to find yourself. And I think if mummy doesn't find herself, then kids aren't going to... I can't teach my kids the same thing, can I? So I'm here, I have found myself, and they can do the same.
Good for you. And your dad had... I found it fascinating that you were saying earlier today that your dad had real worries that he wasn't going to be able to get you married.
Yeah.
And he actually said that to you through your childhood.
Yeah,
it was believing that.
Yeah, it was tough because I think growing up it's hard because it's the whole kind of brown skin thing, and it's really tough. And you know, I've got sisters we're all completely different shades, which is hilarious. We're just like completely different shades of chocolate.
50 shades of brown.
50 shades of brown. And, you know, I think sometimes it's easier when you're... In certain situations, it's easier when you're fair to find a husband. And for me, it wasn't that easy.
And that's what you were told by your family, that it was going to be difficult for you to find a husband because you were too dark.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was an issue, I have to say. That I just thought they want to find you a nice husband. And...
I got me one, though.
You did? You got yourself a hottie. For more Loose Women action, click here. And I'd subscribe if I were you. It's totally free, and it means you'll be kept up to date with new videos and exclusive YouTube content.
I mean, we are just mutating ourselves to such a degree. And, you know, I had a really great conversation with my 13-year-old yesterday. You know when you just get those really good ones with a teenager, rarely.
I've got a teenage boy, so no.
Yeah.